These days, I'll have a schedule for rolling solo. Hello, my fellow insomniacs. I'm Paul. You're watching Rolling Solo, the one of the internet's solo Daggerheart role-playing game shows, streams, whatever. Um, Today, we're going to continue with our campaign that we've been playing, Colossus of the Drylands. But it's going to be a little bit more like it was last week than a normal like campaign show where we go ahead and go through exploration and etc. Today we're going to look at a rebuild of the Colossus we fought last time, Chakantis. We're going to rebuild that one. We're going to give everyone a chance to heal up, and we're going to go and fight it again. So with that, let's go ahead and get started. All right. Okay, so Chakantis is one of the many colossi from the book. It is Chakantis, he who knows the end. And our description of Chakantis is that this crystalline beetle's wing beats rain down deadly shards onto the ground, and his abdomen can vibrate at high frequency, shattering even stone. Motives and tactics: agitate, dice, disorient. So this is a giant beetle. We've decided on the size. That hasn't changed from last week. About 200 feet long, about 150 feet wide. So not quite built like a ladybug, but, you know, more fat than the normal beetle. Segments: we have two crystal wings, the hind wings, two chitinous wings, the forewings, the head, the abdomen, the tail, two forelegs, two mid legs, and two hind legs. And we'll get into what all of those do fairly soon. It has an experience of darting attack, an experience of dodge, which might help it with anything that requires a reaction roll. And it has he has an experience of shatter +3. So we want to build a gigantic beetle that can fly, rain down crystal shards from the sky, and create this huge buzzing effect that will do damage in a wide area. So it's got two big area attacks up front. So features: Chakantis can fly unless one of its hind wings is destroyed, and while flying, each of its segments difficulty gets a +2 bonus against creatures who are not currently on Chakantis. So it's a little bit harder to hit when it's flying. We kept that from the last build. And then its next feature is aerial maneuvers. So I can spend 2 fear while Chakantis is flying to make a series of loops and dodges, and any PC that is on Chakantis will have to make an agility or strength reaction roll to avoid falling off. So they can either use their innate balance to stay on or grab onto the beast and hold on that way. So let's get into its segments. We start out, obviously, it's got a head. His head is adjacent to his abdomen. It has a difficulty of 16 and 6 hit points, which is quite a lot. I looked at the other Colossus at this tier, the example Colossus in the book. Most of that Colossus's segments had like 5 hit points or 4 hit points. So this might be a little bit difficult, and we might end up scaling this back. He has an attack with his head of +2. These are the pincers of the mouth. Can only attack from very close. Does a lot of damage, 3d10 +5. Targeting, passive. The features of the head are that if Chakantis attacks at disadvantage if the head is destroyed. So this beetle, like a lot of insects, can survive without its head for a short period of time. So it will continue to attack even if it's headless. Probably it would be good to put some kind of a countdown on here, but I think we'll just go with that. The head is armored. It does not take minor damage. To do any damage to the head, we're going to have to beat the thresholds, which for this one are pretty big. It's 22 and 43. So, and he has 6 stress that he can take. So, pretty solid there. Death from above. The head is resistant to all damage while Chakantis is flying. And grab, that was an action. You can spend a fear after making a successful pincers attack to grab the target of the attack. So this is like the pincers crunch down even harder. While grabbed and held in the pincers, the target is within melee range of the head and is vulnerable to the pincer attack. So it can continue to make this attack and crush anything that it has in its mouth. And of course, if it releases anything while it's flying, the target must make a successful agility or instinct reaction roll or fall to the ground. So, we're allowing for a little bit of flexibility in how characters are able to save themselves. Is it their innate speed, or is it just their read of the situation that enables them to stop from falling? Now we get to the thorax. The thorax is adjacent to the head, the forelegs, the hind legs, the abdomen, the forewings, the hind wings, and the mid legs, which I don't have on this list. And I'm going to put that in there right now. Let's go into editing mode. Mid legs. Okay. Forewings and hind wings. So the thorax is central. It's connected to everything. Features: when the thorax is destroyed, Chakantis is defeated. But its other feature is that it is protected. It's a passive ability as well. Passive feature: the thorax cannot be climbed or attacked unless Chakantis is flying or both wings on either side. So both a forewing and a hind wing on one side are destroyed. So the idea here is that when Chakantis is on the ground, like a ladybug, it folds its wings in and it folds its forewings over the top of both its wings and its abdomen, forming this protective shell around the entire creature, around the entire Colossus. And so the thorax is the thing. So one of the recommendations when it talks about building Colossuses is that Colossi is that you make it more than just a big bag of hit points. You make it something that has to be strategically attacked, where the players can, through research or innate knowledge, find some way to take on this creature besides just hitting it a bunch of times. And so here, they're going to have to kind of make a decision, are they going to, concentrate fire on a wing to try and take that out, or are they going to try to take out its weapons, its forelegs and its abdomen, to make it, more difficult to give it less attacks? We don't know. The next segment that we have is the forewing. It's adjacent to the thorax. It has a difficulty of 15 and 6 hit points. And it's armored. Again, the forewings, the chitinous cover around the creature does not take minor damage. It only takes major or severe damage. So it has to be hit very hard in order to make any damage, and it has to be hit at least 3 times. So that might be too much. I may need to drop this down to 4 hit points, but we'll see how our heroes do when we get to the combat. In addition to its forewings that create that cover around it, it has its hind wings, which allow it to fly. These are also adjacent to the thorax. They have a difficulty of 17 because if they're exposed, they're moving. And they only have 4 hit points each. They are protected. While Chakantis is not flying, a hind wing is protected from all attacks by its corresponding forewing. So one of the forewings is closed over it. You can't attack that hind wing. Rain of Glass. This is from the description in the book. We're now going to bring in this feature to where while Chakantis is flying, we can spend a couple of fear and activate both of the hind wings and create this rain of crystal glass to strike the ground. So anywhere within far range of where Chakantis is at the moment. And any PC is in the area has to make an agility roll or take a bunch of damage, 3d10 plus 5. And I'm going to have Chakantis clear a stress when it does its Rain of Glass action, and why will become clear when we get to the abdomen. It's got a couple of forelegs. These are its primary striking weapons. They can strike at a very close range, and they do 3d12 plus 6 damage. We've bumped this down from last time when we tried to fight Chakantis. We had him doing 3d12 plus 12 damage. Dropping this down just a little bit, but I wanted to keep those 3d12s to make this a very dangerous weapon. I lowered the difficulty from 17 to 15 and gave it hit points, dropped its hit points from 6 to 4. So the forelegs can be attacked and taken out a little bit more easily now, and that might be a strategy that would be wise to employ. We also took away, we did have a 4-wing attack, which was like kind of a slash, and I felt like that just didn't make sense biomechanically, and instead we've substituted this attack from the hind legs. Also adjacent to the thorax, difficulty of 14, hit points of 4, plus 0 on its attack, and this is a stomp from very close, so it can use its hind legs to kind of stomp around and crush people. The features on this one are that it is grounded, so we can't make this stomp attack while we're flying. Once we're flying, the legs are tucked up. They don't do any striking. The hind legs don't. They can only do stomps on the ground. And if both of the hind legs are destroyed, Chakantis only has its mid legs and can no longer remain upright and becomes immobile unless it's flying. Same thing is true of the mid legs, which have a lower difficulty, no attack, and 4 hit points. And then we get to the abdomen. So the abdomen is adjacent to the thorax, difficulty of 16, hit points of 6. And this is our deadly hum action. This is where the thorax vibrates. And for this mechanic, I wanted to do something other than just spend fear. So here we're going to mark some amount of stress, X stress, to cause the abdomen to vibrate. And all targets within far range are affected by the noise, and they take XD20, which might be too much. Plus X physical damage. So if I spend 2 stress, that's 2d20 of damage plus 2, 3 stress, 3d20 of damage plus 3. Or half as much on a successful presence reaction roll. We don't use presence for combat reaction rolls a lot, so I thought I'd throw it in there. And so this is why we want that Rain of Glass to refill stress, so that this is a refillable resource, a way for Chakantis to spend on this vibration and be able to build back its stress. Use this option twice without becoming vulnerable. It can use its wing attack to drop off from vulnerability. Targets who fail in the reaction roll, which will be a difficulty 16 reaction roll, of course, presence. While disoriented, all action reaction rolls are made at disadvantage. So the stress of hearing this horrifying humming noise, disorients the targets. Everything they do is at advantage, or is at disadvantage, until they spend a hope. So as long as you have a hope, that's okay. But if you don't have a hope, you're doomed, and will be attacking at disadvantage. So that is our build for Chakantis, he who knows the end. I think this is I don't know that we nerfed this Colossus enough. I suspect we're going to see it take out our 3 heroes. Heroes being a strongly worded term, but let's find out. So our 3 attackers are going to be Aribia, our Dust Devil Duneborn. She is an Executioner's Guild assassin, half Skykin, half Earthkin, using the top of the Skykin card to get Gale Force, so she can mark a stress and either move an ally or herself very far, and she cannot be moved. I feel like I missed something here. I did. I missed the Wind Blast. Chakantis has another. This is what made me think about this. She would be immune to this Wind Blast attack. While Chakantis is not flying, I can spend 2 fear, so it needs to spend 2 fear to take flight. And when it does so, that will cause this gust of powerful wind. And targets within close range will have to make a strength reaction roll. And if they fail, they'll be blown back to far range by the force of this takeoff, and they'll take damage. She would not be thrown back and would not take damage because she is immovable. But if Aribia is within very close range of Chakantis, terrible things have happened. Okay. Then we have Dusog, who is our... Dusog is our freeborn Stone Sylph Juggernaut Brawler. He is also half Earthkin, half Skykin, but we just flipped the cards so that he has Stone Skin to gain +1 to his armor score, and he has Eye of the Storm to spend some hope to grant a +1 bonus to his allies, should he choose to. He's level 6. They're all level 6. Because we're fighting at tier 3. And because we have defeated the first tier 3 Colossus that we built back when we fought Dakan. And then finally, in our group, we have Terrace, the Duneborn Aetheris, Warden of Renewal Druid. She is a Aetheris, as I said, so she has the ability to change a roll with fear into a roll with hope, and give us divine countenance. So, like I said last week, we died. There was a way to save Dusog that I didn't think of in the moment, where Aetheris could have possibly been able to save his life by using that ability to change a hope roll to a fear roll. Although probably not, she wasn't close enough. But Aribia, because she always is able to control the rate at which she falls, and she has this gust of wind feature, could have burned a stress and poofed out and grabbed him while he was falling and controlled his descent to the ground, thus keeping him from taking that last hit point. And then they could have run away, which was the thing they wanted to do at the moment. Was definitely 100% run away. So I think we will let's get right into it. So we go back in time. We have not fought this Colossus yet. Our party is going across the desert, interviewing people, talking to people, chasing this Colossus. They go through devastated mining encampments and small towns, seeing the trail of bodies and destroyed material that this Colossus has left in its wake. Scars across the land, cracked and destroyed buildings from that buzzing noise, bodies from the striking attacks and dismembered bodies from its bites, and just all kinds of manner of horror that they are seeing as they trace this and talk to the survivors and try to find out what happened. So eventually we have them come upon the Colossus sitting in a valley. They come over a ridge, and in the valley, on the valley floor, resting, is the Colossus Chakantis. And we have to make an attempt to decide how to attack it. And so we're going to give Terrace a knowledge roll. Oh, wait. First thing we're going to do is everybody's going to get some hope and some gear. So everybody starts out this fight with a minor health and a minor stamina potion. And Arabia starts out with those and with we'll say 2 hope. Okay. Dusog starts out with 1 minor stamina potion, 1 minor health potion, and 5 hope. And Terrace starts out with they're level 6 and Terrace gets her butt kicked a lot. I'm going to say Terrace is going to have 2 health potions. She doesn't ever use stress, so she's going to carry no staminas, and we'll give her standard healths instead of minor healths. And she will start out with 3 hope. 1 of which she's immediately going to spend on Desert Fox to give her her druidic powers here. And she will make a roll to see if she knows anything about this Colossus. It's say its difficulty, its average difficulty is 15, so let's make this a roll of 15, and we'll see what we know. We know Jack. We got our hope back. So we don't know that the Colossus can live without its abdomen. We don't know that the Colossus can live without its head. All we know is that it is super armored. Yeah. That's, I think, what we got for that. So we don't know anything about this Colossus. So staring at it, how do we decide to attack? We do know that the abdomen is a dangerous weapon. We know that people have talked about the horrors of this sound that happens when the Colossus attacks, and how the abdomen vibrates and causes all of this damage. And we might think that if we can destroy the abdomen, we will take out this monster quickly, because we don't know that it can live without its abdomen. Which was, I don't know if I mentioned, if I covered that. I was going really fast as I was covering the Colossus. Oh. No, I have Deadly Hum on here, but I don't have the ability that it can survive without it. So, but it's, yeah, no, of course you can survive without it. That's not an ability. Fatal is the ability, and it is not fatal to destroy the abdomen. Okay. So we might think we're going to attack the abdomen. These guys have used the same strategy every time, and it's worked really well. So I think they're going to try it again. And that strategy is that Aribia marks a stress and sends Dusog in to make the attack. And so we'll do that. She spends a stress. This Earthkin and Skykin, bulky brawler, hairless with his kind of earthy skin and his glowing blue eyes, and this sense of wind that's always around him, is transported next to this gigantic 200-foot-long beetle and immediately begins just punching it in the belly, in the abdomen. And so we will make our first attack. Dusog is... Actually, we're going to hold off on that. Dusog's going to do that. Harris is also going to mark a stress. She is going to take a beast form of a great predator, which gives her advantage on attack rolls. So we have enough hope to do this. So Terrace transforms. She becomes this velociraptor. Aribia takes 2 stress, touches her friends, 1, 2, and they disappear and reappear next to this Colossus. Then Dusog and Terrace are going to tag team attack. So that is a tag team attack on the abdomen. So this is Dusog's attack. He will also spend a hope on Giant Killer to get a +2 on this attack. So he is attacking at +6. Okay, so that would be a +6, 11, 17. That would be a 17 with fear. Would be our first roll. Terrace is attacking with advantage. She will also burn an additional hope. Her timing is everything. As she will attack. And so she is attacking at +3. +3 for agility. And sorry, +3, +1 for strength, +2 for strength for Great Predator, so that would be +6. So she is +6 with advantage. Okay. So that will be a 13, 18 plus 6 is 20 something with hope. She will take her hope back. And we will use that roll. So, how much damage do we do on this first combined attack? And it's an attack with hope, so we're rocking and rolling here. So, Dusog does 4d10 and 4d6 of damage. 2d6, 3d6, 4d6. 1d10. 2d10. We need another d10 here. 2d10. 3d10. And I can't find my other d10. 1, 2, 3. That's a d100. That's a d10. Okay. 4d10, 46. So Dusog's damage is 10, 18, 20, 26, 28, 29, 30, 35. So that's 35 damage from Dusog. And what is the severe damage threshold for this creature? Its severe damage is 43. So I don't think that we're going to spend a stress to combo because there's almost no possibility that we'll get. Well, we might. The other guy rolls a d12, so let's go for it. We're going to mark a stress and combo dice. So where do we say we were? We're at 18, 20, 26, 30, 35. It's 35. Let's put these back over here. We mark a stress and we start rolling some d4s. 35. 36. 40. 43. So, 43 damage from Dusog. Terrace has a proficiency of 4. Her Great Predator Beast form does d12s of damage, so let's grab 4 d12s. That's 1d12, that's... 2d12. That's 3d12, that's 4d12. Roll big. Garbage. 10, 20. Plus 8, so that's 28, so that's 43 plus 28 is 43, 51, 71 points of damage. So 71 points of damage, which is not quite double its severe threshold. Its severe threshold would be 86. So, even with all of that, we only break the severe threshold, and the Colossus will take... on its abdomen, it will take 3 damage. Then Aribia will go ahead since we rolled with hope, we'll keep the spotlight. Arabia will spend a hope. She only has 2, but she'll spend 1. She will not. She will make her Veil of Night roll. She can make a spellcast roll and create a temporary curtain of darkness between any 2 points within far range, and only she can see through this darkness. So she is very far away from this creature. She's going to make her darkness roll, and so she will cast that spell. And let's see what she does. As soon as I can find my d12s. Any moment now. Alright, just pick 2. No, you got these nifty hope and... They're over here, you moron. Okay. Okay, here we go. So, this is a DC 13 spellcast roll. Her spellcast is, I believe, Executioner's Guild. Spellcast rate is agility, so this is rolling at +4. Okay, so that's... She succeeds, she creates the thing, but on a roll with fear, because that was an 11 on the die, on a roll with fear, Chakantis, he who knows the end, will get to take his turn. So, what has happened so far? There is a band of darkness in between Chakantis and a point in its distance. It doesn't know what that is or why. And it's a curtain of darkness, so we don't know how big the curtain is. I'm going to assume it's big enough to spot Chakantis on the ground. It has been punched very hard in the abdomen. It's been raked with velociraptor claws in the abdomen. I think the first thing that this creature is going to do is it's going to spend 3 stress. And it is going to spend that stress to make its abdomen begin to vibrate. So that's the first thing that happens, is that in response to this attack, the abdomen vibrates, and we have a deadly hum. So all targets need to make a presence reaction roll, difficulty 16. That's all targets within far range, so that will just be Dusog and Terrace. So Dusog will take his reaction roll. This is a presence reaction roll. He is +0. Nothing really to help him here, so let's just see. Dusog will fail that roll. Terrace also presence of +0. She's going to spend a hope. She's not going to spend a hope. She's going to hold that hope. And we'll make another instinct reaction roll. That will also fail at 12 +0. So both of them will take 3d20 plus 3 damage. So let's roll our 3d20s. D20. 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 Here's this one, you guys can see that. Okay, so that is going to be 25, 26 damage, 27, 28, 29. 29 damage on Chakantis' buzz attack. That will be major damage for Dusog. He will take a hit point and use an armor. And that is going to be just below severe damage for Terrace, who will take Oh, I didn't know that. Okay. Should have known that. Alright, she will take 1 hit point. And they are both disoriented. They are at disadvantage on all action and reaction rolls until they spend a hope to clear the condition. Now, Chakantis is going to, since they're near its butt, it's going to use its hind legs to stomp at them. So first hind leg will stomp at Dusog on the left side. As he is on the left side of the creature, punching at it, it stomps back with its hind legs. So let's spend a fear to enable that. And this is an attack of +0 against his evasion of 13. So let's find a d20 here to roll. I'm looking for the right d20. But I don't see it. Ah, here it is. d20. And let's see what we get. As a 10 +0, that hind leg stomp misses. The other hind leg will stomp at Terrace, whose evasion, I believe, increases by 2. So also of 13. That is a 12 on the die, and that will miss. So it misses with both of its stomp attacks, and then scuttles around in a circle, and will begin striking with its forelegs. I'm going to spend... I'm going to spend a fear to activate one foreleg. I'm going to spend a fear to activate darting attack to make this +3. So this is a total attack of +6 on Dusog. And with a 13 +6 being 19, that will hit. And Chakantis will do its foreleg damage. Its foreleg damage, as we talked about, is 3d12 +6. Which again, might just be too much damage, but we'll see how this fight shakes out. That's a d12. That's a d12. And that's a d12. Alright, so that's 7, 8, 13 +6 is 19. That is minor damage. Dusog will take that on the armor. Then it strikes out with its right foreleg. Or, I guess, it's spun around, so it would have struck with... Anyway, strikes out with its left foreleg. The other foreleg. I'll make a strike there. I will spend another fear to make this a +6 attack on Terrace, who has a evasion of 13. And with a 19 on the die, that will definitely hit. Terrace will take... That's 3, 6, 12 damage. Which for Terrace is minor damage, and she will mark her second armor slot out of 7. So, stomp, stomp, slash, slash. It is then going to reach out and grab at one of these guys. Evens is Terrace, odds is Dusog. Reach out and grab at Dusog with its biting attack. So we'll go and bite. It will bite at Dusog, and let's see. His evasion is 13. Its bite attack. Head pincers very close. 3d10 +5. So it's going to attack at +2. So this is a +2 on the die. Needs a 13. 8, 10. It misses. Then we're going to spend 2 fear. Oh, wait. How many times have I missed? I missed with the hind leg. I missed with the other hind leg. And I just missed with the bite. I struck with both slashing attacks. So I actually have 3 more fear than I thought I did. So we're going to spend 2 of those fear to activate the hind wings. So the beetle's wings open up and it begins to take flight. It causes a gust of powerful wind. Targets within close range must make a strength reaction roll. And if they fail, they are blown back to far range and take 3d8 plus 4 physical damage. So, first things first, strength reaction rolls from Dusog and from Terrace. Dusog is rolling at a +4 on this, and yeah, I think he's just going to get the +4, no relevant experiences, and we're low on hope anyway. And he makes this a disadvantage because he's disoriented. So it's cocked. It's a 5 and a 2. That was a 5. So that is 14 plus 4 is plus 3 is 17 minus 2 is 15. So Dusog will fail. Terrace will make this at +3 and will spend a hope. On timing is on Let's Dance to get +2 on this. Yeah, and I think that's about the best she can do. So she's got a +2 on this. +3, +5, so she's rolling at a +5. At disadvantage, trying to beat a 16 on this reaction roll. So let's see, that is 12 plus 5 is 17. Minus 3 is 14. She also fails. And having failed, they will take 3d8 plus 4. D8. D8. And another D8. Come on. That's a D10. 3d8. 3d8. There we go. 15, 19, plus 4 is 25. So they will both take 25 physical damage. That is major damage for Dusog. He will take 1 hit point and 1 armor. That is major damage for Terrace. She will take... How many hit points has she marked so far? Looks like only 1. She will take 1 hit point and 1 armor. She's got to have taken at least 2 more. At least 1 more hit point. Okay. Alright, so she has marked 3 hit points. Dusog has marked 2 hit points. No, I think they've marked the same number of hit points, because they've both been attacked the same number of times. With the same results. So they both marked 2 hit points, and they've both marked 3 armor as of so far, Terrace and Dusog. And that is everything that the beetle can do. Chakantis is out of attacks and is in the air. So, while it's in the air, Aribia is going to take her shot. She's got her Veil of Night up between the two of them. I've considered the Curtain of Darkness to be kind of a vast curtain, not just a small little strip. It's between 2 points within far range of her, so she's there, and this guy is on the other side of her at very far range. So she will take her rifle shot. She will take it at advantage. She will shoot at the abdomen. She will spend a hope. She doesn't have a lot, but she'll spend the one that she's got. We'll spend one of the two that she's got on Sniper. So that will give her a +8 on this roll with advantage, trying to beat a 16. Okay, so that is 7, 10, +8 is Gain of Fear. +8 is indeed 18. That will hit. She will do her damage, therefore, of 4d8 +8 physical damage. So let's grab some 4d8s. There's 3 of them. Here's a 4th one. 4d8s. Oh, garbage. 6, 9, 17. 17 on Chakantis is minor damage, so we will only do one more hit to the abdomen. And now we get back to the Colossus because we rolled with fear. So, what shall we do? What shall we do? We're going to do a couple of things. First, we're going to spend 2 fear to activate Chakantis' wings. A rain of crystal spikes will strike the ground within far range, and all PCs in the affected area must make an agility reaction roll of 16 or take 3d10 plus 5 damage, taking half damage on a success. So, oh, this is depressing. Because poor Dusog and Terrace have not had time to make their to spend their hope to clear this disoriented condition. So they're still disoriented. They're still on the ground, confused, uncertain of what's going on. And that's when this rain of glass will come down. They're rolling at disadvantage. This is an agility reaction roll. Dusog is not going to spend his last hope. That would be silly. So this is +4. So he needs a 16 or higher on the die at disadvantage. So that is 11 plus 2 is 13 plus 4 is 17. Minus 2 is 15. Dusog fails. Terrace rolling at agility +3. Fails even harder. That's like a negative roll. 2 plus 3 minus 6 plus 3, it's a 2. So they both fail, and they will both take 3d10. Plus 5 damage. (24) plus 5 is 29. That is major damage on Dusog, who will take a hit point. And mark an armor. He's running low on armor. That is also major damage on Terrace, who will also mark a hit point and an armor. And Chakantis will clear a stress. And will immediately spend 3 more stress to buzz its thorax again. So let's see those presence rolls. Plus presence rolls are +0. Dusog. That's an 8. It will fail. Terrace. I'm missing a spear token. Okay. Terrace. Terrace will succeed with a critical success. So, we'll hold on there for a moment. Well, heck. Oh, well. That's gone forever. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, I've got them all. Okay. So Dusog fails, Terrace succeeds. Even at disadvantage because of that critical success. Boy howdy. Okay. So, when the thorax vibrates, or when the abdomen vibrates, we get we spent 3 stress, so we get 3d20s. Plus 3. So that's 29. That's 34. Plus 3 is 37 damage, or half as much on a success. So half as much of 37 would be 18. Rounding down, so that is major damage for Dusog, who will take that, and an armor. That is 18 is still major damage for Terrace, who will take a hit point and an armor. Our heroes are not looking great. What else can Chakantis do with all of this fear? I'm going to spend a fear to activate the foreleg. And this guy is going to come in and take a slashing attack on Dusog. So this is an attack at... And I'm going to spend a fear on darting attack. So it's going to use its darting attack feature to experience, to zip in from the... and attack from the sky. So that is a 15, and that will hit. That will do 3d12 of damage. So 24, 27. Plus 6 is 30-something. That's major damage on Dusog. We'll take a hit point and an armor. And then the other leg will strike out at Terrace. 9 plus 3 is 12. Terrace's current evasion is 13. That will miss. I will get a fear. And without landing, can't really do anything else. So that's going to be the Colossus's turn. So, we're all hurting pretty bad here. Dusog will spend a hope and clear the disoriented condition. Terrace will spend a hope to clear the disoriented condition. It is not an action to do that. It just costs a hope. So, Dusog, I'm going to say that with that, when that pincer comes down to strike him, he is going to strike it back. He's going to attempt to punch the pincer on this creature. And he will do so at +4. Because we're out of hope. Come on, roll with hope. We did not roll with hope, but we did hit. It's 10 plus 3 plus 4 is 17, so that will hit the foreleg. And we'll say it's going to be the right foreleg. And how much damage does he do? He does this much damage. Okay, garbage. 4. Is that a 7 or a 1? That's a 1. 5. 5. 8. 16. 24. 28. 28 will be pretty good damage, but that's with fear. So its foreleg, one of its forelegs takes 2 damage. But play goes back to the creature, who will rise up into the sky and spend 2 fear to drop another rain of glass. So we will activate both of its hind wings and create this rain of glass. So let's get our agility rolls on. So Dusog makes his agility roll. He needs to beat a 16. He's rolling at +4. Has no hope to spend, so just +4. That's a critical success. Dusog will succeed. So he will take half damage on this. And then Terrace is rolling at agility +3. So she's +3 on this. And that's a 16 plus 3 is 19. So she too will succeed. They will both take half damage on 3d10 +5. Where are these rolls when I'm rolling? 16, 19, +5 is 24, divided by 2 is 12. They each take 12 damage. That is going to be minor damage for both of them. They will mark a single hit point rather than marking anything else. I have one more fear. We just cleared a stress for the Colossus. It's going to burn that stress. It's going to wait to burn that stress. It's going to come in and attack Dusog with the mouth. It's going to try to pick him up. I'm waiting to clear a little bit more stress so that I can do a little bit more damage. So Dusog, DC of 13. It's attacking with +2. Natural 1, it will fail. Okay. So it fails. So hey, we get a hope back. We get a fear back. Okay. So play goes to the players. What are they gonna do? Well, I think Aribia is going to continue to shoot at that abdomen because it's doing so much damage. She wasn't really able to do much to it last time. But I think that they also don't know that destroying the abdomen won't kill the creature. So I think she's going to shoot for the abdomen. She will not burn her last hope. But she does roll with advantage. And so this is a +4 attack with advantage. So that's 9. Again, a fear. That's 9 +4 is 13 +4 is 17. The abdomen has a difficulty, I believe, of 16. So that will hit. That will hit. She will do her 4d8 +8 of damage. Alright, so that's 6, 7, 14, 17 +8 is 25, which will be above the threshold of 22. So, yeah, that will do it. That will take out the abdomen completely. So, with this shot, it becomes clear that the abdomen of the creature is no longer capable. It's like a deflated, punctured mess from the many strikes that it took and the claws from the Velociraptor and the other things that happened. It's in a pretty bad way. However, this does not take out Chakantis, who will then again continue to dive bomb, and it will, I think it's going to continue to strike at Dusog and Terrace. So it's going to dive bomb at Dusog first with a 4-leg attack. So this is a +3. That will miss. We'll get a fear. We'll spend that fear to attack Terrace, who also is a 13. This is a +3. That will also miss. We'll get a fear. We'll spend that fear. It will try to grab with its mouth. It will try to grab Dusog. It was a 13. That will hit. So it will bite Dusog. So the first thing that happens when the bite attack happens, we haven't seen this yet, but remember when we went over this, the head has these pincers, and one of its abilities is to grab someone and hold on to them, and it attacks at a +2. So it does 3d10 +5 damage. So that's the first thing that we'll do. Is we'll get our 3d10. Dusog will take 10, 16, damn, 24, +5, 29 damage. That is major damage. Dusog will mark his last armor slot. He will mark a hit point. And he will make a... So I made a successful attack, so I will spend a fear to grab the target. The target is now grabbed, and Dusog is held in the pincers and hauled up into the air. We should add something to Chakantis, and so we're going to. Right now, in the middle of this scene. Successful to grab. While grab, the target is within me range. Target. And clear the grab condition. With a successful strength. Action. We should say that better, but the target can succeed with a successful strength action. We'll make that the rule so that he has some way to get out. Anyway, that's all that the creature can do. Meanwhile, Aribia has been getting really bad shots off. But the creature is in the air, which means that she can take another shot. And I think she's going to take a shot having failed to hit, having failed to do the damage that she wanted to do. I think she's going to go for the thorax. So, as play returns to the players, Aribia will make a shot at the thorax of this creature, hoping to get some damage in while it's flying away with her friend in its mouth. The thorax takes has 8 hit points, which I did not mark on here. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Difficulty 15, rolling at a plus 4. That's a 10, that's a 2, that's a 6, so that's 16, 18, plus 4 is 20, so that will hit the thorax. Aribia will get a hope. And she will do her 4d8 of damage. 4d8 plus 8. Okay. 7, 14, 19 plus 8 is 20-something. Plus 8 is 17 plus 8 is 25. That is major damage. So the thorax takes 2 of its 8 hit points, and Chakantis will takes that damage now. Meanwhile, Terrace is going to burn a stress and transform into a great winged beast. And she will fly up after this creature, and in the form of, let's just say, a giant eagle. I don't have the, a giant eagle. She will fly up and try to strike with her talons on Chakantis as Chakantis flies away. So she is rolling at... She does not have much hope to spend. She will spend her last hope. on Let's Dance. So that gives it a +2. +1 finesse is +3. +2 finesse for Giant Eagle is +5. So rolling at a +5. Striking the thorax, trying to beat a 15. I believe. Yes. And that is a critical success. So the eagle flies up, sinks its talons deeply into the flying beetle, and on that critical success, she does 48. She automatically does 36 damage. Right. Plus 6 damage would be 42 damage. And then I don't think that she can do double damage after that. So that is... She will then do 4d8 on top of the... So 36 plus 8 is 44. 54... 62, 65. 65 damage, which will be severe damage, but not double severe damage on the creature. On its thorax. It will... She will clear a stress. And get her hope back. Okay. So Dusog. Dusog is going to attempt to break free of these pincers with a strength check. So he will try to wrench his way out of these pincers and be standing on this creature as it's holding on to him. So let's see. Strength is +3 for Dusog, and this is a roll of... so this is at +3. He's trying to beat a 16. That's an 11. That's an 8. That's 19. He does so. He breaks free. He is now standing on the creature. Standing on its head, having broken free of its features. He's holding on as hard as he can. Play stays with the players. Aribia is going to take... I think Terrace is going to continue to on the heels of that critical, she's going to continue to attempt to tear at the just reach out with her beak and start trying to tear at the torso of this creature. She will spend a hope on Let's Dance, so that's +2 for that. +1 for her base finesse, +3, +2, so she's rolling at a +5. She's trying to beat a 15. And she does so. That's 15 on the die. She does 48 +6 damage. Okay, 8, 16, 19, +6, 25. That is... Oh, and she rolled with hope, so get that hope back. That is major damage. It takes 2 more. Let's give Dusog a chance to do something fun. he is going to leap from the head to the thorax, making an agility roll, difficulty 16, to try to get over there without falling off. Foolish move. That's 17. Plus 4 is 21. So he makes his agility roll. He makes it over there and will now attempt to attack the Colossus. He's trying to beat a 15. He's going to spend a hope. His last hope. Because he just gained a hope, so he'll spend that hope for stings like a bee. And he will roll this at plus 7. Trying to beat a 15. Seven, 8. With hope, so gain your hope. That is 15 damage. We don't even have to roll. This guy only has 1 hit point left, and Dusog does massive amounts of damage. So, with that, Dusog leaps over and just begins slamming his fists into this creature's thorax, breaks through the chitin around its thorax, and does kind of squishes the bug to such a degree that it begins to spiral out of the sky, and clearly dying. Terrace will grab Dusog with her talons and lift him up because she can carry. I believe she can carry another creature. You can carry up to 2 willing allies with you when she moves. So she's able to lift him up and move him off the ground. And they fly back down. And with that, we have slain Chakantis. So let's debrief a little bit. I don't think I pulled any punches in that fight. I spent all my fear as quickly as I could. I made every attack that I could make. Dusog is out of armor and down to his last 2 hit points. Terrace did not take as much damage as she usually does. She was at 5 armor marked, and she has 3 hit points to go. And of course, Aribia, as is her wont, took no damage at all. Just a little bit of stress. Differences in this fight versus our last fight. So the last time we faced Chakantis, we rolled like garbage. We were rolling fear every time, missing all the time. This time, we were rolling with hope. Chakantis was missing, doing a lot less damage, so the dice were just on our side. So, I don't think I nerfed the Colossus that much. I took 6 points of damage off of the foreleg attack. Moved that wing attack over to a hind leg attack. That hind leg attack doesn't do much damage, but and it didn't really come into play. That hind leg attack is just, the stomp is just 3d4. So I think I can reasonably take this creature to my players and have them have a fairly good chance of beating it. I think I'm going to... Because I think if the dice had been with me a little bit more, I would have done at least another couple of hit points of damage. And that would have taken Dusog down. 2 more hit points of damage. And, you know, 3 more hit points of damage, and Terrace is in trouble. Dusog is out of armor. I think my players are not going to have a huge amount of difficulty defeating Chakantis, but I think if the dice are on my side, if they're on the DM side a little bit, and that they are very swingy. Last time I was rolling, like I rolled a natural 20, I think, on one attack, and it's just like, you know, ridiculous damage. I think I can bring this one to my players as it is right now, and it'll be a pretty good attack. Don't know how they'll approach it. But, you know, the great thing is they don't watch this. So they won't know what they're going up against until they get there, which will be a while anyway, because they're still at tier 2. So, that was fun. Thanks for watching. Next time we will have a new Colossus. I think for level 7 we will fight the example Colossus from the book. So we will be fighting Poi, the fiery bird from the sky, and we'll see how we do there with our level 8 character or level 7 characters. And hey, you know, until we get to that place, you know, y'all keep rolling.